So here, yesterday we discussed about Rolle's theorem, and we state and prove the theorem, and also we verify some functions, Rolle's theorem for some functions. Okay, and the second we discuss about mean value theorem, like Lagrange's mean value theorem, and we proved it. So today we are going to discuss some examples. We are going to verify some functions about Lagrange's mean value theorem. Okay, so according to Lagrange's mean value theorem, so the function has to satisfy two conditions. In Rolle's theorem, the function has to satisfy three conditions. Those are continuity, differentiability, equality. But in case Lagrange's mean value theorem, the function has to satisfy only two conditions. Those are the function should continuous in the closed interval AB. The function should be differentiable in the open interval AB. Then there exists a point to C, at least one point. It may be more or more than one, but at least one point in the same interval AB, such that at which the which equal to the joining AB is equal to f of B minus f of A by B minus A. So the proof is given clearly here in my work. I use K symbol, but in this PPT it is given A, capital A. Okay, the remaining same. Here we consider a function cap phi of x. I use capital A function in this place of phi. Same. Here the point A, the constant A, where A is a constant which is to be determined such that phi of A is equal to phi of B. So let us find using this formula. So A depends on this formula actually. So A is chosen such that. So what is A value? By solving this equality, we can find A. So phi of A is equal to f of A plus A into capital A. Phi of B is equal to f of B plus B into capital A. Finally, equating phi of A, phi of B, we get A value as f of B minus f of A by minus of B minus A. Now, here the function phi satisfies all the conditions of Rolle's theorem. Since phi is the combination of f, our given function f, and x function. X function nature we know that is line function, that is always continuous and differentiable. And f is also continuous and differentiable. So here the function phi is linear combination of two continuous and differentiable functions. Hence phi also differentiable and continuous in the same interval. And also we define A such that phi of A is equal to phi of B. So here phi satisfies equality of the Rolle's theorem also. Finally, the function phi satisfies all the conditions of Rolle's theorem. Hence, according to the conclusion of Rolle's theorem, we have at least one point C in AB such that phi dash C is equal to 0. That is f dash C plus A is equal to 0. By putting C in phi dash x, we get A is equal to minus f dash C. Already we got A value here. A value is used according to equation from equation 2. Substituting A value in this result, we get the conclusion of the Lagrange's mean value theorem. That is f dash C is equal to f of B minus f of A by B minus A. Now geometrical meaning of the Lagrange's mean value theorem is clearly given. See here, when if capital AB be a smooth continuous curve in xy plane, smooth means smoothness defines differentiability. So when the curve is smooth, then at everywhere on the curve we can draw a single tangent line. That means it is differentiable. If you draw one tangent line at a point, then that is called differentiable point. Okay. So if AB be a smooth and continuous curve, then there exists at least one point on that curve such that the tangent at which is parallel to the chord joining the end points of the curve AB. And the chord joining AB slope, the slope of the tangent, both are equal. That is nothing but f dash C is equal to f of B minus f of A by B minus A. Yesterday I give this definition, geometric meaning of Lagrange's theorem. So let us discuss some examples on Lagrange's theorem today. Yeah, see, it is not there in PPT. Yeah, is my screen visible, ma? Students?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, some problem example questions on Lagrange's mean value theorem. నేను చెప్పాను కదమ్మా yesterday how many problems we discussed on Lagrange's theorem? Hello, students? Am I audible? Students?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, how many problems అమ్మా మనం నేను చెప్పాను Lagrange's theorem పైన? How many problems we discussed on Lagrange's theorem yesterday? Log function, I think log of x and cos x, interval AB. Two functions. Okay, let us do one more. Let us discuss one more function today. Exponential function తీసుకుందాం. Suppose f of x is equal to e power x. No, let us take 1 by x function interval a comma b and where a b both are positive. Okay, now question is verify Lagrange's mean value theorem on the function f of x is equal to 1 by x on the interval a b where a b both are positive numbers. LMVT function questions these are. Okay, LMVT. Now according to LMVT, to verification of the theorem means we have to verify the conditions and also conclusion. First let us verify the conditions. What are the conditions we need to verify, ma? What are the conditions of Lagrange's theorem? Students, please try to be with me. What are the conditions of Lagrange's theorem?
Differentiable, continuous.
Yes, both, only two. At the Rolle's theorem, no, three conditions: differentiable, continuous, and equality. Here we need to verify only differentiability and continuity. In both, differentiability enough, amma. If we prove differentiability, which implies continuity. So let us verify differentiability only. For differentiability, we need to differentiate the function and we have to discuss about the existence of the derivative. If the derivative exists between the given interval, then it is said that the function is differentiable. Okay. So now let us differentiate the function. What do we get, amma? What is the derivative of 1 by x? 1 by x derivative is
Minus 1 by x square.
Minus 1 by x square.
Yeah, minus 1 by x. Is there any point between AB such that 1 by x square is infinity?
No.
No, because AB is positive interval completely. Positive interval means no question of the zero between AB. So no division by zero happens. So f dash x exists. That means f dash x is finite. So it implies f dash x is finite for all x belongs to AB. That means f dash x is finite means f of x is differentiable. F dash x exists in the meaning of function differentiable f dash x exists. So implies f of x differentiable. If the function is differentiable, it is continuous, obviously. So continuous. So differentiability implies continuity. Okay. Now all the conditions of Lagrange's theorem are verified. Now let us verify the conclusion. Verification of conclusion of the Lagrange's theorem. So what is the Lagrange's mean value theorem? Conclusion: there exists at least one point between AB such that at which f dash c is equal to f of b minus f of a by b minus a. Now let us take the conclusion result and let us prove that C belongs to AB. So I'm going to write the conclusion of the Lagrange's theorem. F dash is equal to f of b f dash plus x with c is equal to f of x 1 by a b minus a. Now simplify in the numerator. What we get minus 1 by c square minus 1 by ab ba. Finally a minus b వస్తుంది. A minus b by b minus a, that is minus 1. So minus 1 by ab. So finally we get 1 by c square is equal to 1 by ab. Now c square is equal to ab. C is equal to root ab. Root ab is nothing but geometric mean of ab, which is interval ab. So finally we show that the C belongs to interval ab by taking this result. Finally we got the conclusion verification. Okay, we verify conclusion also. So all the conditions and conclusion of the Lagrange's mean values are verified. Just to write the conclusion like, hence the theorem verified. Hence the theorem verified. So like this question, we will get like these questions. And let us take one more column on Lagrange's theorem. F of x is equal to root x, interval a to b. Same question, same mode, same interval. Okay, ab. So verify Lagrange's theorem for the function root x on the interval ab. Okay, same procedure. Root x into f dash x, first to find the derivative. That is what is the derivative of root x?
1 by 2 root x.
1 by 2 root x. Now what is the nature of this value? Is it finite or not in this interval? Same, where a b both are positive. The condition lekapothe matram we can positive, not equal. They both are positive numbers. So since a b both are positive and there is no zero number in this between a b, so no question of the division by zero term. Hence f dash x is finite value for at every point in this interval. Hence we can write f dash x exists or finite on ab, implies f of x differentiable. If the function is differentiable, obviously it is continuous. So f of x is continuous. Differentiability continuously satisfied. Now let us go to the conclusion. What is the conclusion of the Lagrange's theorem? F dash is equal to f of b minus f of a by b minus a. Now substitute the values. F dash is nothing but 1 by root c, 1 by 2 root c is equal to f of b root x root b minus root a by b minus a. Now see root b minus root a by b minus a. What we get, roots at a c, root c is equal to root 2 root c is equal to, we get b minus a by root b minus root a. Yeah. Next item.
Sir, rationalize చేయొచ్చు కదా.
Rationalization. So b plus a చేస్తే మనకు we get 2 root c is equal to root b plus root a. అంతేమా? So b minus a లో b root b square minus b root a square. అంటే a square minus b square, a minus b. అంటే we can split this a minus b into a plus b. రెండు cancel అవుతాయి. Finally we get root b plus root a. So c is equal to this. Now root c is equal to, we get root b plus root a by 2. Now taking square root on both this side, c square is equal to root a plus root b whole square by, okay, anyway this is the root. Okay, if we take the square root, c square square root తీసుకుంటే c వస్తుంది. root a plus root b whole square by 4. Now clearly root a plus root b power 2 by 4. Be like number for AB. Suppose if I choose A is equal to 1 and B is equal to 2. Let us check whether this quantity belongs to interval AB. See, root 1 plus root 2. Let us take 4 తీసుకుందాం. 4 తీసుకుందాం. 1 root 4. అంటే root 1 1 plus root 4 2 whole square by 4. So this is 3 square by 4 into 9 by 4. Definitely this is 4. How much this is? 2 point something. 2.25. So 2.25 lies between 1 4 or not. By you choose any numbers for this AB, definitely this quantity lies between that AB interval. Hence, C belongs to, we can write C belongs to open interval AB. Hence, the conclusion also verified. So conditions verified and the conclusion also verified. Hence, the theorem verified for the function root x. So like this, we can verify the theorem for any function if it's interval and function given. Okay. If any function is continuous and differentiable in some particular interval, definitely that will satisfy the Rolle's theorem conditions and conclusion. Okay na? Similarly, if any function satisfies the conditions of Rolle's theorem, means differentiability, continuity and equality, definitely there will exist some point between AB such that f dash is 0. Same Lagrange's good. If they satisfy differentiability, continuity, definitely there exists one point between AB such that Lagrange's mean value theorem conclusion. Okay. Now let us discuss one more important theorem of mean value theorems. Till now we discussed Rolle's theorem and Lagrange's mean value theorem. Now third theorem, Cauchy's mean value theorem. Cauchy's mean value theorem. Simply we can write CMVT. Lagrange's mean value theorem, CM. What is the CMVT? So here, now these two theorems are only for particular function, single function only. But in this theorem, we use two functions. Those are, now I am going to write the statement of theorem. If f of x and g of x both are two real valued functions. What is the meaning of real valued, Amma? Students, what is the meaning of real valued functions? Defined on the interval AB. Yeah, tell me, what is the meaning of real valued functions? Students, am I audible? Hello? Please give response. Am I audible?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah, you tell me what is the meaning of real value, Amma? Try to understand the statement of the theorem first. Cauchy mean value theorem statement is if f of x and g of x are two real valued functions defined over the interval AB. What is the meaning of real valued functions? Real value functions means the range of the function belongs to real number system. The range of the function belongs to real number system, whether your input may be complex or whatever it is, but the range is belongs to real number system. F of x and g of x both are belongs to real number system for all x. This is the meaning of real value function. Now, and conditions, if f of x and g of x are differentiable on open interval AB. Second, f of x and g of x are continuous on closed interval AB. And one more condition, see third condition of the Cauchy theorem, g dash x not equal to 0 for all x belongs to open interval AB. So these are the conditions of Cauchy theorem, Amma. What is the Cauchy theorem? Roles, we have only one function f. Theorem of Cauchy is mean value theorem. Functions. Not only f of one more function added in this g of x. F of x, g of x, both are differentiable. F of x, g of x, both are continuous. And then the second function g of x, its derivative not equal to 0. Point between AB. Now these are the conditions of Lagrange's. Then, if these three conditions satisfies, then there exists at least one point between AB, at least one point C belongs to AB, such that f dash C by g dash C is equal to f of B minus f of A by g of B minus g of A. This is the conclusion of Cauchy's mean value theorem. Rolle's theorem conclusion f dash is 0. Lagrange's mean value theorem conclusion f dash is equal to f of B minus f of A by B minus A. But this is the conclusion of Cauchy's theorem. Simple, this is the combination of Lagrange's mean value theorem for both the function. F dash C, f of B minus f of B by f of A by B minus A. G dash C, g of B by minus g of A by B minus A. B minus A cancel out, remaining just difference. F dash C by g dash C is equal to same. So we can apply the Lagrange's mean value theorem for different functions differently. Individually, తీసుకోవచ్చు రెండిటికి f dash C, g dash C. Just take the ratio, you get this result. Now I am going to prove this theorem. In Lagrange's mean value theorem, we defined a new function f as small f of x plus k into x. And just we define this function to prove the Lagrange's theorem. But here, to prove of Cauchy mean value theorem, the small change is there. That is, instead of x, we are to take g of x. This is the only change, remaining same ఉంటుంది. In Lagrange's mean value theorem proof, we define the function capital F as f plus kx. But in Cauchy's theorem, just a small change is there. Instead of x, just plus g of x. F of x plus g of x. And then where the new function is the linear combination of our given two functions. These two functions are given. Their nature also given in the statement. F and g are continuous, f and g are differentiable, and g dash not equal to 0. These three conditions we have to take as given. By taking that conditions, we have to show that there exists a point C belongs to AB such that f dash C by g dash is equal to f of B minus f of A by g of B minus g of A. Okay. Now, how to prove the theorem? Just first step, this is the first step. Second, where k, in Lagrange's theorem, how we didn't choose k, where k is constant such that f of A is equal to f of B. Same తీసుకున్నాం మనం కూడా Lagrange's కూడా. But function only change ఇక్కడ x ఉంటుంది, ఇక్కడ g of x ఉంటుంది. Sorry, ఇది 1 అనుకుందాం. Let us take it as 2 number. So where k is a constant which is to be determined such that, అంటే which is depends on this rule. ఈ రూల్ సాటిస్ఫై అయ్యేటట్టే చూజ్ చేసుకోవాలి k ని. ఓకే, దిస్ న్యూ ఫంక్షన్ capital f of A is equal to f of B పైన డిపెండ్ అవుతుంది k వాల్యూ. Let us find that k value using this formula. అంటే f of A means small f of A plus k into g of A is equal to f of B means small f of B plus k into g of B. Now simplifying this, taking k aside, we get minus f of B minus f of A by g of B minus G of A. So this is the third equation. Now first, let us see the procedure once again. First step, we define a function K depends on f of A into now equation 3. Now let us discuss the nature of the capital F, whether this satisfies all the conditions of Rolle's theorem or not. Let us verify. Simply we can speak capital F. It is easy to
The screen is not
identify
visible,
the
sir.
nature because now ఇప్పుడు ఓకేనమ్మా.
Okay, sir.
సారీ ఫోన్ వస్తుంది. ఓకేనమ్మా. Capital F of x is equal to small f of x plus k into g of x. Now okay. Now let us discuss the nature of capital F of x. Capital F of x is continuous on AB because since it is a linear combination of F and G. If F and G are continuous, then their linear combination is also continuous. Since capital F is the linear combination of F and G, then capital F also continuous. Next, capital F is differentiable on open AB. Simple. Since capital F of x is the linear combination of small f and small g, anyway small f, small g both are differentiable, hence capital F also differentiable. So continuity, differentiability and equality, three conditions of Rolle's theorem satisfied by the function capital F. So now we can write all the conditions of Rolle's theorem are satisfied by capital F function. So now if the function satisfies the conditions of Rolle's theorem, what is the conclusion? There exists a point C belongs to AB such that capital F dash C is equal to 0. What is capital F dash C? What is capital F here? F plus kg. If we take differentiation both the side, what we get? F dash plus kg dash. Put to x is equal to c, what we get? F dash c is equal to f dash c plus k into g dash c. Substitute that values. Implies f dash c plus k into g dash c is equal to 0. Now taking k outside, what we get? So already I shared these notes in the classroom. You can check. Okay. Now we get implies we get which implies we get k is equal to minus f dash c by g dash c. Let us take it as equation 4. Now equation 3, what is equation 3 here? Equation 3 states that k is equal to minus of f of b minus f of a by g minus a. Equation 3 lo k left side and equation 4 we have the k on the left side. Now from equation 3 and 4 equating the RHS from equation 3 and 4 we can write f dash c by g dash c is equal to f of b minus f of a by g of b minus g of a. Hence the theorem proved. Okay. Finally, we show that f dash c by g dash c is equal to f of b minus f of a by G of B minus G of A. So this is the proof of Cauchy mean value theorem. Here till now we discussed three important mean value theorem in the different Lagrange's mean value theorem. So finally dash is equal to f by b minus a, but in Cauchy's theorem is not a combination of two functions. So since the Cauchy's theorem contains two functions, we cannot give the geometrical interpretation for, because to interpret theorem and Lagrange's theorem geometrically we need a two-dimensional diagram, but it contains two functions. We need fourth dimension. We cannot explain on board use the fourth dimension. So it is not possible to give the geometrical interpretation for Cauchy's mean value theorem. Now let us discuss some functions examples on Cauchy mean value theorem. Means let us verify Cauchy mean value theorem for some functions. Now I'm going to present my screen on desktop and just I will leave the PPTs. Okay. Let us go through the PPT. Some examples on Cauchy mean value theorem. See. Yeah. Question is, if f of x is equal to 1 by x square and g of x is equal to 1 by x in interval AB, show that the C of the Cauchy mean value theorem is the harmonic mean of indirect to show that. Can anybody harmonic mean of two values AB? What is the harmonic mean of AB? Students, am I audible? Hello?
2ab by a plus b.
Very good. So finally we have to show that C is equal to 2ab by a plus b. 2ab by 2a plus b entama? That is the value between a and b. Harmonic mean ante madhyalo untundi a ki. Geometric mean anna kuda madhyalo untundi. Arithmetic mean ante exactly center lo untundi a plus b by 2. Harmonic mean, geometric mean, arithmetic mean. These three values are belongs to the same interval AB. Okay. Now let us go through the theorem. Verify them. First we have to verify f and g both are differentiable. For that we have to differentiate both the function f dash x, g dash x. What is f dash x? What is the derivative of 1 by x square? Minus 2 by x square. What is the derivative of 1 by x? One by x minus 1 by x square. So minus 2 by x cube minus 1 by x square. Finally, let us discuss the nature of these values. F dash x to g dash x finite kada. So in this question, one small logic miss where the interval AB is positive interval and cheptane okay. Otherwise, there zero may be between A and B. Suppose 0 is there between AB, then f dash x, g dash x will be infinite at that point. So no question of the existence of f dash g dash. And the f of x, g of x rendu differentiable kavu. Obviously, they are not continuous. Hence the theorem fail. But in this problem, it is just a miss in the question lone where a, b both are positive numbers. Okay. Let us proceed by assuming that. Okay. Now f dash x, g dash x. Definitely f dash x and g dash x will finite since there is no zero value between a and b in the interval AB. So f dash x, g dash x both are exist. Hence f of x and g of x differentiable on the interval AB. Implies it is continuous. It is not given in the question. Derivation but you supposed to mention here g dash x, f dash x both are differentiable and hence they are continuous. Then you proceed for conclusion. Now let us substitute the values f of a, g of a, f of b, g of b. Now Yeah. Now write the conditions of the theorem. F of x and g of x are continuous in AB. Okay. If dash there is
Our voice breaking.
no zero value. Okay. So all not condition satisfactorily, conclusion also satisfied because we
Sir,
proved that for
voice break
about two
అవుతుంది.
theorems. Yes. Voice break అవుతుందా? Okay. Okay, ఇక్కడ here A, F and G satisfy all the conditions of Cauchy mean value theorem. Now, according to the conclusion, ఏంటమ్మా F dash C by G dash C is equal to F of B minus F of A by G of B minus G of A. Substitute the values. 1 by V square minus 1 by A square by 1 by V minus 1 by. Now, simplify on the right side. What we get? A minus B by AB. Simplify the left side. What we get? Minus 2 by C is equal to A minus B by AB. Take reciprocal on both the side. C by 2 is equal to AB by A plus B. Take 2 to the left side. Right side. What we get? C is equal to 2AB by A plus B. So finally, we show that the value C is nothing but harmonic mean of AB, which is lies between AB. Okay. So there is given one more problem on Cauchy mean value theorem. Question. Here both the functions are f of g of x e power minus x number. రెండు కూడా exponential functions. And already as I told that all exponential functions are continuous and differentiable. All trigonometric functions are continuous and differentiable in their own domain, not everywhere. Their particular domain, every function has its own domain in real analysis. Okay. ఇప్పుడు సపోజ్ మీరు తీసుకుంటే సైన్ తీసుకున్నామా సైన్ ఫంక్షన్ కి ఆర్ క్యాపిటల్ ఆర్ అంటే రియల్ నెంబర్ సిస్టమ్ మొత్తం డొమైనే. సపోజ్ ఇఫ్ యు టేక్ ద ఫంక్షన్ 1 by x, can anybody hello, am I audible amma? Students, am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hello. Yeah, what is the domain of 1 by x amma? What is the domain of 1 by x?
R minus 0.
Very good. So like this, ante 1 by x is continuous differentiable in the interval r minus 0 except 0 every year atom. That is the meaning of the domain concept. Okay. So every function, every trigonometric, every logarithmic, every algebraic, every exponential functions are differentiable and continuous in their own domains. Okay. ఇక్కడ ఫంక్షన్స్ ఏంటి మనకి ఇచ్చింది e power x, e power minus x. Okay. Now let us proceed. F of x and g of x are continuous. Okay. And f dash x, g dash x also exist. And one more thing, g dash x not equal to 0. You have to verify 3 conditions. Lagrange's lo 2 conditions, Rolle's theorem lo 3 conditions, and Cauchy's lo kuda 3 conditions. Continuity, differentiability, and non-zero value for g dash. Now we can write all the conditions of Cauchy mean value theorems are satisfied by f of x and g of x. Now what is the conclusion? We can take the conclusion as granted. That is, there exists at least one point C belongs to AB such that f dash C by g dash C is equal to f of B minus f of A by g of B minus g of A. Now substituting the values on the left side, left hand side, right hand side, we get e power C by minus e power minus C is equal to e power B minus e power A by e power minus B by minus e power minus A. Now simplifying on both these sides, we get, Hello. See the derivation algebra, this is completely algebra. You can see e power plus 2 to e power ab. Equating the powers, since the base are equal, you can equate the powers on both the side. What do we get? 2c is equal to a plus b. Now c is equal to a plus b by 2. What is this value, ma? What is a plus b by 2 for ab interval?
Arithmetic.
Yeah, arithmetic ante meaning in that definitely that is belongs to that interval because that is the midpoint of a plus ab point. Okay, now we got the conclusion. Now, so till now we discussed three important mean value theorems. Those are Rolle's theorem, Lagrange's mean value theorem, and Cauchy's mean value theorem. Now, after this theorem, there is one generalized theorem in the calculus, that is Taylor's mean value theorem. So now, till now we discussed the theorems for one function or two function. Okay, but for generalized mean value theorem, according to Taylor's and Maclaurin, we can club number of function in this theorem. We can generalize these theorems for number of functions, extend the theorems for more functions. Now, what is the Taylor theorem here? I think it is visible, not visible. Big screen కనిపిస్తుందమ్మా?
Sir, light one, sir.
లైట్ ఉంది కదా, shall I పెన్ తో రాస్తాను. ఓకే, I'll present on mobile. మొబైల్ ప్రజెంట్ చేస్తే కొంచెం డెట్ నా డేటా సరిపోవట్లేదమ్మా, అదే ప్రాబ్లం వస్తుంది. Now, what is the Taylor theorem? See, before going to discuss about Taylor's theorem, let us discuss once again Lagrange's mean value theorem. Lagrange's mean value theorem ఏంటమ్మా? conclusion f dash c is equal to f of b minus f of a by b minus a. ఇక్కడ what is a, what is b? A is one corner, b is other terminal. అంటే end point of the interval is b. Here, using this theorem, let us write b, f of b. F of b is equal to f of a plus b minus a into f dash c. What is this c? C is also a point between a and b. Am I right? So now, I am going to write this point as, generally in the interval sense, b is always greater than a. Suppose if you write the interval 0, 1, 2, 3 or some number should be order, they should follow order. We cannot write 1, 0 interval. This end point should be greater than is this first point, initial point. So b always greater than a. And we can write b in terms of a plus something. So we can write the b as a comma a plus something. What is this h called? H is called length of the interval. What is L? H, length of the interval. Sorry, length of the interval AB. So AB is equal to a plus h. Now we can write here. Then what will be C, hamma? Interval malli define chestanu, a plus h. ఇంకేం రాసుకోవచ్చు? a plus 0 into h రాసుకోవచ్చు కదా, a plus 1 into h రాసుకోవచ్చు. అంటే what will be C form? C will be a plus something into some theta into h రాసుకోవచ్చు. What is this theta? Theta belongs to the interval 0, 1. అంటే this theta value lies between 0 and 1. అంటే we can write to C like this. అంటే alternating form of Lagrange's mean value theorem I am going to write here. Actually, Lagrange's mean value theorem is f dash is equal to f of b minus f of a by b minus a. Now, if we expand the interval like this, okay, just understand the concept of the interval. Generally, b will be higher than a. That is nothing but a plus something. So whatever the value of addition to A, that will be the length of the interval. How to find the length of the interval, amma? Difference between the terminal points, B minus A. Sorry, H into F dash A plus theta H. Now this is a Lagrange theorem alternating form. F of A plus something is equal to F of A ante some other point, any point in the interval function value can be presented, expressed in terms of initial value. F of A is the first value, interval the first value A. And F of A lone any points raskochu manam. We can express any point in the interval in terms of F of something is equal to F of A plus same H, whatever the H added to H, into some F dash into A plus something. So we can generalize this formula in Taylor's theorem. Taylor's law, దీనే మనం using higher order derivative చేస్తాం. Taylor's. What is the Taylor's theorem? Now I am going to explain the Taylor's theorem definition. Taylor's theorem states that let f of x is a real valued function. So all of you try to note down this theorem, not given like this in the statement. Whatever the notes I share in the classroom, so this thing is not there. So I give the brief note. Okay, it's very expanding. Let f of x is a real valued function in an interval containing a point A. Note this point. So this A is a point of the domain of the f of x. That means, and f of x possesses higher order derivatives. Higher order derivatives. At A. What is the meaning of it? And then the f of x or f dash x. F of x possesses all higher order derivatives. That means f dash A, f double dash A, and so on. Nth derivative of f at A all are exist. That means, and then the f of x is differentiable at A up to higher order. That means f of x is differentiable at the point A up to higher order. That means f dash A exists, f double dash A exists, f triple dash A, nth derivative, and so on. All higher order derivatives of f at A are finite. So try to understand the statement of the Taylor theorem clearly. Here, what is the theorem statement? Let f of x be a function, is a function, real valued function in an interval, some interval. This interval containing a point A. And at this point A, this function is possesses all higher order derivatives. Then we can write f of A plus h is equal to f of A plus h into f dash A plus h square by 2 factorial f double dash A, and so on. Nth term will be f to power n by n factorial, nth derivative of f at A and all. This is the generalized mean value theorem. We call it as generalized mean value theorem. Only up to f dash A, that is called Lagrange's mean value theorem. But this is called generalized mean value theorem, లేదా Taylor's theorem. We can call it as Taylor's theorem. and also we can call it as Taylor series. Taylor, because it has infinite terms, which is in the form of infinite series. Taylor series. Now my question is, can anybody of you write this expansion using summation notation? Amma? Can you write using summation this term, this part? By observing the terms, can you express this as infinite series? Already this logic, we learned this logic in infinite series unit. Students, so try to write this entire using single term. అంటే nth term చెప్పండి. Simply speaking, write the nth term అమ్మ. చెప్పండి nth term. Come on. Students, what is the nth term of the series? Am I audible? Hello?
H of n, h power n by n factorial into f nth derivative of a.
Already given, already it is there. Nth term లో ఏముందో అదే రాస్తాం సమ్మేషన్ లో. Good. By n factorial nth derivative of f at a. This is the summation. Summation లేకపోతే మొత్తం వస్తాయి టర్మ్స్. Okay. This n not a power. This n stands for derivative, nth derivative. This is the power. H is increment in a. Suppose if we know a value, then if we know the function value at a, then we can find the function value at a with small increment. Some increment in a plus something కూడా మనం find చేయొచ్చు using this formula. Suppose like simple example అమ్మా, suppose if you know sin 30, what is sin 30 అమ్మా? What is sin 30 degrees?
1/2.
1/2. Now what will be sin 31? Can you write? Can you find this without calculating? What is sin 31 then? Now to compute this type of terms, and if you know the main point, this is called main point. This is okay na, this is local point. If you know the function value at some point, then we can compute the function value in its neighboring point కూడా మనం చేయాలి. 31 degrees అంటే సింపుల్ అమ్మ ఇక్కడ 30 ఏ వాల్యూ 30 తీసుకోండి, ఏ వాల్యూ 30 తీసుకోండి, h వాల్యూ 1 తీసుకోండి, సింపుల్. Substitute h value, a value, solve. You get the value. Simply we can find the f dash, sin double dash. Okay na? It's very important amma. Ante we can find approximations. Using Taylor series, we can find the approximate values of the functions in the neighborhood of particular point. Not only sin 31, sin 29 కూడా చేయొచ్చమ్మా. Sin 29 also we can find sin 29 degrees. అంటే ఇక్కడ h value తీసుకోవాలి, -1 తీసుకోవాలి. But this is the degree, this is radian. Remember that you have to choose h value as 1 radian. We have to convert degrees into radians. Okay. Cheppanamma, what is the 1 radian value in terms of degree? Anybody? What is 1 radian? In real number system, ఇది 0, ఇది 1, 2 and so on. ఇక్కడ -1, -2 and so on. What is 1 radian? Where is the 1 radian position in this real number line? Students. Hello? On 1 degree, how many radians? 1 degree, how many radians? Radians values are on real line. Degrees are on polar form. Polar lo untai, ikkada undavu. But we can convert degrees to radians. Yeah, you don't know. 180 degrees ఎన్ని radians amma? Students, am I audible? 180 degrees, how many radians? Hello? Am I audible? Please respond. Say yes or no. Hello? Hello?
Sir, pi radians, sir.
Yeah, simple. Pi radians. Why you are hesitating to give the answer? Pi. 180 degrees pi radians ante 1 degree entama?
Pi by 180.
Pi by 180. What is this value? Is computed pi by 1. Pi ante 22 by 7. 22 by 7 into 180. ఈ వాల్యూ చెప్పగలుగుతారమ్మా? వాట్ ఈస్ దిస్ వాల్యూ? క్యాల్సి యూజ్ చేసి అప్రాక్సిమేట్లీ డిగ్రీ 0 అండ్ 1 ఇక్కడ ఉంటుంది 1 రేడియన్. పై అంటే 3.14 ఇక్కడ ఉంటుంది 5 డిగ్రీస్ 5 రేడియన్ 3.14 దగ్గర 5 రేడియన్స్. ఇది 5 రేడియన్స్, ఇది 1 రేడియన్ 0.1. సో రేడియన్స్ టు డిగ్రీ కన్వర్షన్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ అమ్మా. మ్యాథమెటికల్లీ ఇలాంటి టెక్నిక్స్ మీరు షార్ప్ ఉండాలి. ఓకే, నౌ ఫైనలీ టేలర్ సిరీస్ థీరం లేదా టేలర్ సిరీస్ states that Taylor's theorem states that we can find the approximate value of approximations in the neighborhood of any point. అంటే ఏ నైబరింగ్ పాయింట్స్ దగ్గర ఫంక్షన్ వాల్యూ మనం గెట్ చేయొచ్చు. We can find h square by and so on, f double dash and so on. This is the Taylor theorem. Now I am going to modify some produce some important results. I am going to give some important results using Taylor theorem. If I put h is equal to x minus a, what we get in this theorem? In this formula, if I put h is equal to x minus a, then what we get? What is the change in the right side, left side? Substitute చేసి చెప్పండి ఫస్ట్. When h is equal to x minus a, what on the left side expression?
F of x.
F of x, good. On the right side? చెప్పండమ్మా, what is the first term, what is second term? Is there any changes due to change in h? What are the changes in expansion? Now going to write a plus h is equal to x, okay, is equal to f of a, point to as rhythm plus h plus lo x minus a power 1 by 1 factorial into f dash a plus x minus a power 2 by 2 factorial f double dash a. And using function value, its derivative value, but expansion x x minus a powers and so on. Nth term entama, what will be nth term? X minus a power n by n factorial into nth derivative of the function at a and so on. This also Taylor theorem, but ikkada we just small change in the series. H place lo manam we put x minus a. Ante ikkada now this is not particular value, this is not specific value, this is function expansion. This is exactly function value at some point, but this gives function expansion. Ante the function value at x in terms of x minus something powers, increasing powers of x minus a. This is called Taylor series expansion of f of x about the point a. What is this called? Taylor series expansion of f of x about x is equal to a anta manam dini. This is very important. This is important. You have to remember this formula. దీనిపైన క్వశ్చన్స్ వస్తాయి. సో మీకు ఫస్ట్ లా చెప్పాను, నేను ఇన్ఫైనైట్ సిరీస్ లో చెప్పాను వాట్ ఈస్ సైన్ ఎక్స్, వాట్ ఈస్ కాస్ ఎక్స్. ఐ సెడ్ సైన్ ఎక్స్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు x minus x cube by 3 factorial plus x power 5 by 5 and so on. These all series expansions are due to Taylor series expansion. Taylor series is beyond this expansion, not only sine, cosine x, tan x, expansion, exponential function, log function. Every function can be expanded as infinite series. Every function, if it is continuous, can be expressed as infinite series using Taylor series expansion. This is very important theorem in calculus. Advanced, very advanced. By this, there are a number of applications due to Taylor theorem. By this only, we expand every function as infinite series. If we know the infinite series, we can find the nature of the infinite series, whether convergence or divergence. Due to this, using this result, we can generalize, we can analyze the function natures. Convergence function. So if the cos x is convergence, tan x convergence kada, exponential. Convergence to divergence is very, very important matter in analysis. Okay. So Taylor series expansion, very, very important theorem. So in this theorem, till now we learn f of x value, that is x minus a power n by n factorial into derivative of function at a, where the n values are 0 to infinity. And one more formula we got, if x is equal to a plus h, then we get a plus h is equal to sigma n is equal to 0 to infinity. ఇక్కడ ఏంటమ్మా h power n by n factorial into derivative of f. Remember this 2 point, note చేసుకోండి ఈ ఫంక్షన్, ఈ ఫార్ములాస్. మీ క్వశ్చన్ ఎలా అయ్యొచ్చు, expand tan x function as Taylor series, using Taylor series about the point pi by 2, about the point 0. ఓకే, ఈ రెండు ఫార్ములా చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్. ఫస్ట్ ఫార్ములా, సెకండ్ ఫార్ములా. I'm going to write one more formula, third formula, very simple. When x is equal to 0, when a is equal to 0, when a is equal to 0, what happens in the first formula? Students, చెప్పండమ్మా, what it will be? Expansion on the right side when a is equal to 0.
X power n by n factorial.
Yes, sigma x is equal to n is equal to 0 to infinity, x power n by n factorial into derivative of f at 0. Now see the difference between first formula and third formula. What is the difference, amma? First, third lo same f of x on the left side, but right side you supposed to identify these changes. What are the changes in equation 1 and equation 2? Formula 1, formula 2.
A equal to 0.
Yes, this is the expansion about the point x is equal to a. This is the expansion about the point x is equal to a, but this is the expansion about the point 0 only. This is about 0 point only. మనం 0 కి దగ్గరలో ఎక్స్పాండ్ చేస్తున్నాం, 0 నియరింగ్ పాయింట్. ఇది ఎనీ నాన్ జీరో పాయింట్. And one more thing, in this expansion we have x minus something powers, increasing powers, but in this clearly we have x powers only. This is this formula due to third formula. All are cos function, cos is 1 minus x square by 2 factorial plus x power 4 by 4 factorial, so on. Tan x, x minus x cube by 3 plus x power 5 by 5. Sin లో 3 factor ఉంటుంది, ఇక్కడ 3 factor ఉంటుంది, only 3. 1 plus x by 1 plus x square by 2 factorial, x cube by 4 factorial, exponential numbers. Log function, log 1 minus x minus x square by 2 plus x cube by 3 minus, this is log function. These all formulas, these all expansions are due to this result, third result. So you have to remember these three important formulas. Taylor series formula about the point A, Taylor series expansion in the neighboring point of A, Taylor series formula about the point 0. This formula is also called Maclaurin series. Maclaurin series. అంటే Maclaurin series is a particular case of Taylor series. When the point is 0, when the point is 0, then same Taylor series is called Maclaurin series. So remember these 3 points. Okay. So next class, try to come with some expansions given the functions. Expand sin x function about x is equal to pi by 2 using Taylor theorem. Using Taylor series. Question note చేసుకున్నామా. Expand the sin x function about x is equal to pi by 2 using Taylor series. One more question. Expand log x, log 1 plus x in ascending powers of x using Maclaurin series. ఇలాంటి క్వశ్చన్స్ వస్తాయమ్మా. So try to come with the solution. Otherwise, I will show the results. I will practice. Okay. మీకు చెప్తాను, నేను ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తాను. But you practice at home for these two questions. First question, sin x formula, sin x function about x is equal to pi by 2 అంటే ఫస్ట్ ఫార్ములా. నాన్ జీరో పాయింట్ అంటే ఫస్ట్ ఫార్ములా. నాన్ జీరో పాయింట్ అంటే ఫస్ట్ అబౌట్ x is equal to a, x is equal to pi by 2. సేమ్ ఇక్కడ put f of x is equal to sin x, put a is equal to pi by 2. Remaining same. Find f dash, f double dash and so on. Third question, second question అంటే expand log of 1 plus x in terms of ascending powers of x అంటే this formula only containing x powers only. ఇక్కడ x powers కాదు, x power something powers ఉన్నాయి. So for second question use this formula. Use Maclaurin formula. For first question use Taylor series formula. Okay. So next class I will check your work. Okay. Now all of you give your attendance in chat box. Leave the session. Thank you all.